Nothing's as hot as me.
Hello to all fans of the game Banban. Today I will try to prove that the Banbaleena school is the most ingenious part of the entire game. Do you agree that Garten of Banban is a very controversial project that has been wildly promoted without doing anything about it? It was promoted by the community. Oh, what if I told you? What would really be worth promoting? This is a school in Banban Kindergarten, namely Banbaleena School. Damn, I can already imagine right now while I was writing this text what she would look like in a horror movie. To me, everything looks like it's in a building for the so-called correction of consciousness or simply a psychiatric hospital. Students, swords, watering cans, and a crazy teacher who drives you wildly crazy if you break even one rule. Otherwise, she seems kind and even helps in some ways. In addition to the atmosphere as if you were in a hospital for the mentally ill, in all the lessons, signs, phrases of the teacher, some kind of sinister suffering bullshit can be traced. At times it even looks funny. It's also funny that the task given by Banbaleena, apparently someone came up with it for her and recorded it on a tape recorder. It's scary to imagine what will happen if the batteries run out, but she learned the task and repeats it to all new students. But on task 2+2 she says that she invented it herself and found it very difficult to solve.
Next question, and one that I wrote myself. What is 2 + 2? Correct! Wow, I thought everyone would get it wrong.
But these strange tablets would hardly have been compiled by scientists. A cycle of goodness that turns into betrayal and pain, which by the way can repel monsters. After all, in a sense, they are all devoted from birth. The fact that they were created artificial and absolutely useless for themselves since they carry someone else's memories. And the scores are based on the word Banban, a strange alphabet of 3 letters. Although the monsters clearly know more letters, it is possible that Banbaleena contributed to the contents of the tables. But who moves objects while we sit and listen to lectures? And why, if you turn and look in the other direction, she says such a phrase?
Where do you think you're going?
All this reminds me of the situation of some trashy philosophical film, where the brains are completely blown out if you think about the context. Just listen to these really fascist rules she invented.
No eating, no talking, no breathing, no moving, no asking questions, and no washroom breaks. Remember, I will have to punish you very, very harshly if you break any of those rules.
And for incorrect answers you will be very severely punished. Escalating the situation with severe punishment which, unfortunately for us, can result in an opening of the skull. After all, this is the 4th lesson she is waiting for.
Over the course of the semester, you will learn how to annihilate others, how to safely extract the human brain for eating, and... Oh, wait, I made a mistake. I think that's lesson 4 of the day. For math. Over the course of the semester, you will learn to add, subtract, divide, multiply, and so much more. I am so excited!
And where will she find people for this lesson? Perhaps we were stupid in all this time that we spent in the game. Perhaps we should not have gone to Banban and Stinger Flynn, but straight to her. After all, she clearly has access to the brains of people, and it looks like they would have run away from this kindergarten a long time ago. Well, as usual, simple things become too unobvious because of their simplicity. And they are even more unclear for game characters. So we just take advantage of the moment and run away from the class. 2R. Fortunately, a snail crawled in the corridor and distracted the teacher. Once in the corridor, we hurried after him.
No, not again! I actually tried to be a good teacher this time.
All these facts are very funny. And the phrase seems quite sincere, but at the same time it is still dangerous and can be torn to pieces at any moment. Do you know why this happened? Let's dig into her past. There is a case 7 known as Banbaleena that was created from the genome of Wyverly Mason, possibly. That is, they took hair or blood or some other somatic cell from her. They extracted that same DNA and inserted it into the substance of Givanium. And the Banbaleens filled the body with this. According to the canon, the memories of the genome donors, in this case the Wyverly donor, are transferred to their clients, in this case the recipient Banbaleena. Difficult words, aren't they? In fact, everything is simple. The donor gives, the recipient receives. Banbaleena was given the pseudonym teacher and her task was to establish contact with the out-of-control Banban. But unexpectedly, after meeting the monsters, Banbaleena became the same as Banban. I didn't make contact well. Perhaps the monsters came to an agreement among themselves and realized that the scientists were not their friends. The fact is that Banban had a problem with Banbaleena. They could not understand that they were not people, and at first they behaved in the most ordinary way. And when they tried to convey the truth to them, the Givanium organisms had a protection effect against this information. So Banbaleena ended up in solitary confinement so as not to harm anyone. But still they made a whole class for her, and it seems that for safety they placed inanimate objects as students. But why does Banbaleena talk as if a whole audience is actually listening to her? All monsters, or at least we know this, and monsters with the human genome strive to find some kind of peace and not fall into an aggressive state. Banban drinks sedatives, Stinger Flynn meditates, Zolphius may even gouge out his own eyes. No, I really can't say anything about him, but he still behaves calmly. Celine the snail just endlessly crawls along the corridor. And if there are no people, then she is quite calm. So maybe Banbaleena just got used to the role of a teacher well, and I really think that a lot of children listen to her? Yes, you just have to remember how we put on cool glasses and she already thinks that we are a different person. Listen, maybe she's just stupid? No, seriously, the glasses of a cool student were stuck in a skittle. Wait, how did we put the skittle on ourselves? In general, in the next part of the game there was a feeling that she did not recognize us. But she reminded me about the fourth lesson, and the fourth lesson is about destroying people and extracting their brains for food. No matter what other people say and no matter how these phrases said above sound, you must agree from Banbaleena they sound quite funny. And it seems to me that this is a special effect when things that contrast with each other are combined. In this case, Banbaleena's voice, which was found for her, is simply hilariously combined with cruel, knackery statements. Well, if she had a low or rough voice, or even the voice of some kind of monster, it would be more familiar. Few people focus on this school, but it was built superbly. And I think that this is definitely the best part of this psychedelic craft at first glance. Rogman was with you, and I hope you liked this episode. Share it with your friends and write in the comments what you liked and what you would like to see in the next issues of our channel. Good luck and good mood.
This is the second entry to the Toadster Archives. Criminal number 2, the teacher, was captured near the elevator that goes down from the 3rd floor, where a human was also captured earlier. Unlike the snail, the teacher was extremely hostile towards me, citing a missing student from her class as the reason she's even down here. Numerous failed attempts to escape were recorded, but it appears she's finally given up. Numerous objects were introduced in an attempt to calm her down, with only a few excess bowling pins seeming to do the job. The teacher has been sitting in a corner since calming down, repeating the sentence, "I can't be late," to herself, over and over. Truly an interesting case.